Welcome to Microsoft Ignite 2024, led by Satya Nadella. Satya Nadella is a prominent business executive known for his transformative leadership at Microsoft. Satya Nadella is the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, CEO, at Microsoft. He has redefined the tech world through innovation and leadership. Join me as I explore groundbreaking announcements shaping the future of technology.
Morning. Hello and welcome to Ignite. It's really fantastic to be back here in Chicago with all of you and everyone joining from around the world. In 2015, Ignite itself started in Chicago, and that was right in the middle innings of the cloud. And so here to be back again during the middle innings of AI is just fantastic. And so I'm really excited about it. And, given I see this room, it's breadth first, so I'm going to give a keynote that's breadth first. So I'm going to try and cover everything that we have for you throughout the show. With every platform shift, it's always perhaps good to build a deep context and understanding of the underlying forces. Now, I love this stuff. We are going to celebrate a lot of technology over the next multiple days, but it's worth reflecting. In fact, given we are in Chicago, there was a professor of philosophy right here in University of Chicago some 50 years ago, John Hoggeland, who said the following: the trouble with artificial intelligence is that computers don't give a damn, but we do. And that's what really grounds us. Amidst all this rapid change, we remain grounded in our mission to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more, using this technology to make a difference for themselves, for their teams, and for the world. It's not about tech for tech's sake, but it's about translating it into real outcomes. And today I want to focus on AI and this transformational power as it drives growth in business. It improves efficiency. It improves operating leverage. And to do that, we are building out 3 platforms: Copilot, Copilot devices, and Copilot and AI stack. That's it. Those are the 3 platforms. But before I dive into all of the news across the platforms, I want to talk about something that we are prioritizing above all else, that is security. At this conference, you'll hear us talk a lot about our Secure Future initiative, the progress we are making, the principles of secure by design, secure by default, secure by operations. But most importantly, our commitment to continuous improvement, because this is not just a destination, a stand down, one milestone thing. We'll never be done. In fact, we're only as good as our ability to defend against the next novel attack. And we are seeing real momentum, even with our customers and partners, around implementation of zero trust using our tools and practices. In fact, a great example of this is what the US Navy has been able to do. They've been able to respond to all the executive orders and mandates and meet, in fact, their zero trust goals years ahead of schedule. And it's fantastic to see that. We continue to invest in security. You can see the updates we are making, tons and tons of announcements that you'll hear about across the security stack. The one thing, though, I want to point out is Purview. It's probably the product for this conference, because in the age of AI, data governance takes on an even more critical, central, important role. And in Purview, we're introducing updates to prevent everything from oversharing, risky use of AI, such as malicious intent detection, prompt injections, misuse of protected material. So there's a lot in Purview. At the end of the day, though, we recognize that when it comes to security, it's fundamentally a team sport. And that's why we want to partner, and we are partnering broadly with the security community. And today, I'm really excited to announce our zero-day quest. This is the first big announcement that I'm excited about, because it's a new hacking event There will be $4 million in rewards focused on securing cloud and AI. It's the highest rewards of any public hacking event in the industry. And the quest starts today and will culminate in an in-person hacking event next year. So we're very, very excited about it. So with that, let's just dive into each of the platforms, and starting with Copilot. Copilot is the UI for AI. It's rapidly becoming an organizing layer for work and how work gets done. Every employee will have a Copilot that knows them, their work, helping them unlock productivity, enhancing creativity, and saving time. And Copilot Studio will allow you to create agents that automate business processes. And every IT department will have a control system to manage, secure, and measure impact. That's it. Those are the three basic concepts of the Copilot ecosystem. Over the past year, we've seen incredible momentum. What Lean did for manufacturing, AI will do for knowledge work. It's all about increasing value and reducing waste. Just take risk analysis at Bank of Queensland Group. In the past, when an incident occurred, they would have to go through thousands of documents and write reports. And now they use Copilot to be able to synthesize everything that happened and create that first draft. That means analysis that took weeks is just taking a day. Vodafone is another great example. Their legal team used to manually analyze and draft and renegotiate thousands of contracts that govern their massive base station network. And now they use Copilot to determine which contracts need to be renewed, which need to be scrapped, and to keep track of all the expiry dates. Vodafone was also personalizing all of their customer service by leveraging Copilot, as well as Azure AI to manage customer inquiries. Their virtual assistant engages in more than 45 million monthly customer conversations, and it's reducing the average hold time by more than 1 minute. And of course, we're just getting started. We're continuously innovating, shipping hundreds of updates since we made Copilot generally available a year ago. And it starts with actually work on the fundamentals. In fact, if you think about the Copilot responses today, they're more than 2 times faster than on average, and the response satisfaction is improved nearly 3-fold. And going forward, we think about Copilot adoption in 3 fundamental ways. The more employees use Copilot and Copilot agents, the faster they will be able to realize value. And second aspect is, how do you ground Copilot or extend Copilot in your world, in your ecosystem? So Copilot is a platform you can extend with agents to scale what you can do. Now, just last month, we introduced 10+ autonomous agents in Dynamics 365 that do everything from optimizing supply chains to helping customer service teams resolve issues. For example, take a look at a sales qualification agent. Autonomously researches all the leads that are there in your system and flags the best prospects for you, and then drafts a personalized email that you can, of course, edit and send. And we're already seeing customers use the capabilities like this. In fact, McKinsey has built an autonomous agent that reduces client onboarding time by as much as 90%. Dow has built agents to optimize their shipping process or freight shipping process, and projecting millions of dollars of savings even in just the first year. And of course, when we talk about extensibility, that includes changing how you interact with your bespoke business applications too, right? That's kind of fundamentally, like the idea that I have to go to one business application at a time just goes away in this world of agents. And so we are very excited to share many of our partners have built their own agents and connectors in Microsoft 365 Copilot. That includes Adobe and obviously LinkedIn, SAP, ServiceNow, Workday, and even companies like Cohere. They're building AI-first agents, are also integrating right into Copilot. And now, to show you all of this in action, I wanted to introduce my colleague, Callie, on stage to take you through the entire Copilot ecosystem. Callie, over to you.
Thanks, Satya. Let's imagine for a moment that I work in sales. My day is comprised of a lot of important but time-consuming tasks, which can take away from the time I spend building customer relationships and closing deals. That's where agents come in. Created in Copilot Studio, agents range from simple prompt and response to fully autonomous. They help with everything from prioritizing leads, to scheduling meetings, to fulfilling orders. Let me show you. I have an autonomous agent that monitors and fulfills customer orders on my behalf. It alerts me when there's a cross-sell or upsell opportunity. I can see one of my longtime customers placed a big order for more product. The agent is able to quickly fulfill this order and send me an alert that this is a great opportunity to offer the customer additional products. In seconds, this deal just got the potential to be a lot more lucrative. Let's take the next step and get ready for the pitch meeting. I need to quickly get up to speed on the latest product updates and roadmap. For that, I go to SharePoint. Over the years, SharePoint has become the most used solution in the enterprise for knowledge and business process. This site is where we keep all of the latest product specs, roadmap, and training materials. Now, every SharePoint site has an agent. So all this rich information is immediately accessible and useful. I can find just what I need in seconds by simply asking the agent. Now, let's jump back to BizChat. From here, I can interact with the same SharePoint agent by simply mentioning it. I can ask it to give me an overview of the relevant products, availability, and pitch decks. Because the agent is grounded in this SharePoint site, it pulls from the right source of truth and gives me just what I'm looking for. Now, it's been a while since I've met with this customer, and of course, I want to put my best foot forward and understand where they're at. Copilot points me to the sales agent, which surfaces all of the details that I need, like account highlights and opportunities, our most recent sales engagements, and interactions with the customer. I can see that I have a new counterpart on the customer side, and I want to learn more about them. For that, I'm going to turn to LinkedIn. I can simply mention the LinkedIn Sales Navigator agent to see their background and experience and who else I might know in their network. It looks like we have several connections in common. Within seconds, I'm up to speed on my new partner right in the flow of work. Now, I'm ready for the meeting, and I never even opened my CRM. I'm going to fast forward to after the meeting. It was super successful, and now I'm going to work up a quote. Let's jump over to SAP's Copilot Joule. I ask it to reference the latest pricing sheet, and I want it to reflect the appropriate discount given the size of the order. SAP Joule generates a detailed quote I can quickly review and send to the customer. Now I'm in great shape to land the business. And it's not just SAP. Many of our largest partners are creating agents to bring their unique knowledge right into the flow of work, from HR to finance to sales. Take ServiceNow, which covers customer service, human resource management, and workplace services. Or Adobe, which can help your team build world-class marketing, design, and visual content. Copilot will empower every employee, and Copilot Studio agents will transform every business process. Back to you, Satya.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you. Now let's move to the next platform, which is devices. In the age of AI, even the devices are fundamentally getting transformed, right? In the cloud, with both AI and cloud. Now, what we are doing, what is happening here is that we're fundamentally taking what's happening in the cloud with AI to the edge. And think of all of this as one continuous distributed computing fabric. Over the past year, we have introduced an entirely new class of Windows PCs designed to unleash the power of that distributed computing fabric across the cloud and the edge. We call these Copilot Plus PCs. And we are working across the entire ecosystem. It's fantastic. Just like in the cloud, there's all the silicon innovation. Silicon innovation is back in a big way in the client, right? Whether it's Qualcomm, AMD, Intel, all building fantastic sort of systems for PCs going forward. And of course, we're working with all of the OEMs, and now you can see the real manifestation of all of that in these 40-plus flops all on the client with the NPUs. Now, when it comes to fundamentally, the fundamentals of these PCs, also, whether it's battery life or performance, they're best in class. So that was the other thing. So this is just not adding an NPU, but it's about making Windows and Windows PCs just fantastic on fundamentals. And of course, ultimately, it's about developers, right? I mean, it's like what happened 32 years ago with 3.1 was about applications. And here we are with Copilot plus PCs. We're back at it with Adobe and WhatsApp, all who are seeing the capabilities of these new PCs. They're bringing their best applications, leveraging these NPUs to really deliver breakthrough AI experiences. We're also delivering entirely new endpoints. 3 years ago, we introduced the cloud PC category with Windows 365, which securely streams your personal Windows desktop from the cloud to any device, whether it's iOS, Android, or even a mixed reality, let's say, headset from something like MetaQuest. And we've seen unbelievable momentum and adoption for these cloud PCs, right, to remote workers, temporary workers, IT developers, all of the frontline scenarios in particular, even around disaster recovery. In fact, it's my go-to developer desktop. It gives full access to GitHub, code spaces, VS Code, Azure SDKs, all the CLIs set up in one place, and I can access it everywhere. Our Windows app now gives us one-click access to all of these Microsoft virtualization on any device. Today, we are announcing, in fact, Windows app is coming to Android. We're excited about that. We're announcing mobile application management. I know this is something that IT has wanted for a long time, and it's both to iOS and Android. This means any employee can work on Windows 365 even on their personal devices, like this iPad, because your corporate apps and files stay secure, all managed on the cloud PC. Windows 365 itself is growing rapidly. It's grown, by triple digits year over year, and it's now used by some of the world's largest companies, including Wells Fargo, Johnson & Johnson, Siemens. And today, though, I'm really excited about the next big step here. And I'm really thrilled to announce Windows 365 Link. You can see it right here. It's a simple, secure, purpose-built device for Windows 365. It's admin-less, password-less, and security configurations are enabled by default and cannot be turned off. Windows 365 Link expands the PC category or the cloud PC category by connecting you directly to your productivity in the cloud with no data or information left on any device. Let's take a look. Let's play the video. Yeah. I'm really excited about this device, and I'm also pleased to say that it's going to be available in April of next year. So really looking forward to it. The form factors like Windows 365 Link give you another choice for Windows endpoints. But look, we fundamentally recognize how mission critical Windows is, and we are committed to both its security and resilience as first-class priorities. The latest release of Windows 11 has over a dozen new security features, and most importantly, they're turned on by default, including device encryption enabled across all devices. In addition, we are excited to announce this new Windows Resiliency Initiative. Super important. We are doubling down on our commitment to make Windows secure and reliable for customers for all their mission-critical workloads. As part of this work, we are making changes to low-level operating system access. We're introducing new features in partnership with the entire ecosystem, establishing new guidelines for safe deployment practices. One example of this, which is, I think, something that is really exciting, is Windows Hot Patch, which works across your entire Windows estate to apply critical security updates without requiring a restart. We also continue to push the envelope on Windows security and resilience across both the cloud and the client. And thanks to point-in-time restore, customers who use Windows 365 can be up and running in minutes, and roll back to a cloud PC to its exact earlier state. So it's pretty awesome to see all of this support for all the mission-critical workloads that run on Windows. But AI can also drive fundamental business transformation by understanding the language of nature and science. Right? Science itself is becoming computed science. And that's one of the reasons why we are focusing on delivering the systems and AI innovation to power breakthroughs in material science, chemistry, physics, and more. And our new frontier in AI-powered science is moving from static prediction to dynamic prediction, meaning not just predicting the shape of the molecules, but understanding the dynamics, their motion, and how they interact, which is a critical step in developing new materials and new medicines. Earlier this month, in fact, Microsoft Research published in Nature this AI-driven simulation system that can accurately model protein behavior down to individual atoms, orders of magnitude faster than ever before. This is, I think, a real breakthrough that'll help biomedical research and really advances in areas such as drug discovery and protein design and enzyme engineering, all of these functions, because you need those dynamic systems to drive them. And this is not theoretical. We're bringing together these advanced AI models and agents to help scientists reason over and orchestrate across the entire scientific method effectively. And we're already delivering on this vision of a platform for scientists with customers around the world. Novartis, for example, is using generative AI to design hundreds of new molecules for drug discovery projects, helping accelerate the process. Nissan has partnered with us to create a model to predict EV battery performance over time, improving it by something like 80%. Unilever is running lots of simulations to really accelerate their R&D using AI. In fact, the Institute for Protein Design at the University of Washington, scientists are using our cloud to engineer new proteins from scratch that promise to be absolute game changers in medicine and sustainability and other fields. So let's just take a quick look.
Proteins are very complicated molecules. They're made out of thousands of atoms. These are the miniature machines which carry out all the important functions in our bodies and in all living things.
Proteins work based on their structure. So depending on the structure of the protein, like their shape, they can perform a specific function.
AI in the area of protein design is enabling us to design much more powerful proteins in less time.
Can we make therapeutics for developing countries more accessible? Can we help fix global warming? I think that's the real exciting part for me.
AI methods that we've developed are helping us do that much more successfully than we could before. We've developed methods like RF diffusion and Rosetta Fold that now replace the physical modeling with artificial intelligence. They're trained on the very large database of known protein structures. In response to a text prompt, RF diffusion will generate new proteins that satisfy the text prompt, like block this viral protein or bind to this cancer protein. These proteins look like they could be in previously known proteins, but in fact, they're completely new.
In the past, it used to take 5 years to finalize a project, but right now with AI tools, we can do the same in the span of 1 year.
The Nobel Prize being awarded to protein design is a recognition of the great achievements made collectively in the field and the great potential moving forward. Protein design is a really great illustration of all the good that can come out of AI.